This is the Neoliberal Round podcast. Have you heard the latest update with the attack by the U.S. that happened on Saturday? The missile attack, the U.S. missile attack in Iran. Uh, have you heard the? Have you heard about? Have you heard the latest, the update in terms of how effective were the strikes? Because the strikes were launched at their missile airbase, at Iran's missile airbases. Airbases that I understand are underground, and that Israel does not have the capability to take them out. So the U.S. sent planes to take out their underground nuclear sites, as in an effort to dismantle, to disable, to destroy Iran's capability of making nuclear weapons or enriching uranium. Have you heard what's been the latest? So I have an update on that. It has not. We are hearing that days before the U.S. launched the strike, Iranian officials were moving the equipment. They were moving. No, we cannot confirm it, but this is how we can confirm. Well, we can confirm. We can confirm that. The Iranians are saying, first of all, one, the supreme leader went into hiding. They were supposed to have peace talks or some. They were supposed to have talks between with the Middle East and U.S. officials and others, trying in an effort to get Iran to discontinue their nuclear weapon program. They had talks. Now, Iran does not want to do that. They've spent billions of dollars to reach this far. They probably 80% or 70% close to enriching. One, two, it's gonna affect their power. The ability again to enrich uranium makes you a superpower, makes you a powerful country. It's not in the U.S. interest. It's not in the post-industrial interest. It's not Israel interest for Iran to be a dominant country, for Iran to be a powerful country, a dominant country. And they are saying that if they become powerful, then they are going to destroy the world, or they are going to destroy other people. I guess that's to say that they're terrorists. They're going to kill children and babies and so on and so forth. So they cannot have nuclear weapons. Only the U.S. and Germany and these other or the U.S. and Israel and these countries and Russia can have it, but Iran can't have it. And because they want to have it, and they don't want them to have it, we're going to kill them and we're going to take out their nuclear weapons. Okay, they can't have it. They cannot have it. Okay, and we're willing to demonize them because they are the other. They are not Americans. We can define them as something else in order to take things from them, or to use them in a certain way, or to apply certain pressure, okay, or so that they can be seen good, to be seen. Just as though, yes, we can do that. But anyways, how effective? Now, they send nuclear weapons to take out the sites, to destroy their nuclear program. And when you look at the pictures of the nuclear sites,
why do you think that?
when you send pictures of the nuclear sites, they were dismantled, they were destroyed. But they didn't go there to destroy just the sites. They went there to destroy the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they want the equipment that's there. Apparently that was moved. The people, the equipment, everything that Iran needed, yes, to enrich and to develop nuclear weapons, was relocated. If that is true, if Iran is telling the truth, then U.S. attack was not successful. The attack on Saturday was not successful because Iran still have the capability to enrich.
But it was successful.
Insofar as what?
You're playing with U.S. You threatened U.S. It's not like you said something by mistake and you went behind it and said, "Oh, I apologize for my words. It was the wrong choice of words." You said what you said and you meant it. And you sent the threat our way to say if we engage into anything, y'all going to retaliate. You will retaliate on us with no hesitation. Thank you for the heads ups. Thank you for the warning.
Okay, but I mean, I'm asking a question that you have not. I'm having I'm asking you a question. I mean, first of all, I can have a debate with you about what you have said, but I'm not going to go there right now. I am asking you. I am asking you a question. I am asking you a question. How effective? How if? Let me ask a question. How effective is the assault on Iran on Saturday? What were the U.S. intentions? It was to disable and to inoculate and to neutralize the potential of Iran enriching uranium so that they can have the nuclear weapons, capability to develop nuclear weapons that can be used. Okay.
It was for them not to take out someone.
For them to do what?
They were going to war. They were going at war.
So the question is.
So they were assisting someone in the same token as being threatened. So
no, I am asking a question. I am asking you a question. I'm not creating anything.
And
based on what the U.S. based on what the White House and what Donald Trump has said, the reason for going to for joining with Israel to attack Iran on Saturday, okay, did they accomplish what they said they were going to accomplish?
Well, they said they did.
Huh?
They said they did.
Did what?
That they accomplished.
Accomplished what?
To do.
Accomplished what? And what was it? To do what?
They never stated.
Yes, they did.
Because what did they say?
They said, I mean, they went to war not because Iran had said if the U.S. retaliate.
No, he didn't.
That's not why they went to war. Okay, they went. Okay, that's not right. The U.S. was already planning to engage Iran. Okay, and they went to Iran to take out their nuclear capabilities.
But of course, there's going to be a plan for the U.S.
The U.S. reports are coming in right now. Reports are coming in. Reports are coming in.
Your direction.
Well, this is the update. We have an update. Reports are coming in right now. This is the update that we have from the Associated Press. Okay. The reports are this: Iran, the Iranian government, days before on July 17th, 18th, and 19th, in fact, 16th, 17th, 18th, where trucks were seen over the last 2 weeks, were removing nuclear equipment, uranium and enrichment equipment, and so on. They were removing equipment from these sites. Fordo, Esfahan, and the other one. They're removing them. Okay. And right now, what we are hearing is that the sites were destroyed, but not the program and not the equipment. They are somewhere else. So in effect, all they did was to blow up a place that has that Iran is no longer using. The Iran has now moved to another location. They were already preparing for this.
Just because they were moving something to another location does not mean that they were not using that location for the systematic modifications and so forth. Like,
if I send you to take out Soleimani or to take out Soleimani, and you went
because you're stating about moving weapons.
Anyways,
You're not stating about setting up to shoot at someone. You're talking about moving.
Correct. Anyways, we are hearing more on the report. Anyway, we're moving forward with this news. We're hearing more. We're hearing more. First of all, the U.S. are asking the question: what did they? Was it successful? They went there to take out to destroy their nuclear program. They did not destroy their nuclear program because we're not sure. What we're hearing, what we are hearing from the news, what we are hearing from the news is this. Okay, and this is exactly what happened. The U.S. went into Iran to destroy three sites, the main sites that they are using to develop nuclear weapons. We are hearing that those sites were abandoned by the Iranian days before the U.S. So here the U.S. went into somebody else's country to carry out an attack, and they are not sure if it were successful. All they know is that they did destroy the sites, but did they destroy the nuclear program? We're hearing that it was not destroyed because the Iranian supreme leader was relocated, and also the nuclear weapons or the material in those facilities were removed. So the facilities were destroyed, but not the material from the facilities. They were all removed. So all we did was to help the Iranians just to dismantle a site that they were already going to dismantle. That's one. Secondly, this is what we are hearing. This morning, Iranian officials are meeting with Vladimir Putin in Russia, because that's what we are hearing. They are seeking assistance, and the U.S. and Vladimir Putin has responded. Vladimir Putin has said that the U.S. has leveled an unprovoked attack on the Iranians. That is what we are hearing. Now, if the U.S. is helping Israel and Russia is helping Iran, this is teetering toward moving towards a world war. Because here it is now that Iran is going to Russia, and Russia and Iran both have a relationship. Russia and Iran are strategic partners, just as Israel and the U.S. are strategic partners. And right now, Iran is planning on retaliating. But before they retaliate, they are shoring up their alliances and their partners. They are going to the Russians, and they are going throughout their partners, shoring up their support, and then counting their eggs and doing damage control. That is exactly what's going on in Iran right now. Iran will respond to what Vladimir Putin is saying is an unprovoked attack. Now, there are Americans like my co-host who is saying that Iran deserved the attack. Iran does, because they said that if the U.S. were to attack. That is if. Now, the U.S. were already attacking and have strategic alliance with Israel, okay? And they had already said that they are planning on attacking and helping. So Iran, the Iranian leader said, well, if you plan to attack, don't think we're just going to sit by and let you attack. We are also going to respond. That is what has happened here. Iran has said, if you plan to attack, don't just think that we're just going to sit down. So that is what is going on. Every sovereign person, every independent country has the right, has rights, has the power like any other country. What we're having here now is colonization. And now the U.S. is saying they're planning, they want a regime change. The U.S. is clearly here saying, we want a regime just like that to another country. We want a regime change because you are doing something that we don't want you to do. You are embarking on a policy. You are embarking on a program that we don't like. We don't think you should have it. Iran cannot say that to the U.S. Iran cannot say that to Israel. Iran cannot say that to Russia. Iran cannot say that to France. But what we have is that the post-industrial countries, the global north countries, the former superpowers who were the colonial masters are still colonizing other countries and dictating and telling them that they must comply, they must do X, they must not And in other sense, what these countries are doing is saying to these other smaller countries who have intentions to be powerful, you cannot become powerful. If you become powerful, we will destroy you. And what they have been trying to do over the last couple of years is weaken Iran, weaken Venezuela, weaken Cuba, weaken Haiti, weaken the Caribbean, weaken all of these other countries that have intentions to rival the status quo. That's what has happened. The Nearly Baron Podcast.